In this video, I'm going to be explaining how to beat Delay Jab on offense. So in my last video, I went over basically why, when to use Delay Jab, right, its applications, and also how to record Delay Jab in training mode. I may go over some short options in training mode, but I won't really go over how to delay it. That's in the first part. What I would generally start with is, let's say, block strings. So block strings, you can categorize them differently in terms of timing, and the reason why is because in neutral, you're 0. We're both neutral, we're 0, right? And the only advantage I have is based on either what I have on block or what the opponent has on block. And then on wake up, that's the difference. So on wake up, this is where Delay Jab would change, is I have 3 frames of advantage. So basically, you would add that on top of whatever frame trap you're doing. The reason why this is important is Delay Jab strings will work in certain places in neutral, and they won't work on wake up. And the reason why they won't work on wake up is because you have more advantage. So if the opponent still does the same Delay Jab timing in neutral after a button, or let's say in neutral, it's more likely to be blocked on wake up, right, with the advantage, because it's basically hitting sooner. So let's start. General Delay Jab timing. So Delay Jab timing can be anywhere from 4 to technically 8 frames. It's usually only 4 to 6 frames. This is on block. The reason why it's only 4 to 6 generally is anything beyond about 6 to 8 frames, you're still going to get thrown if the opponent is blocking to throw you from mid-range, from right here. Whereas if it's an 8 frame delay, right, with a 3 frame jab, just 11 frames, by this time, the walk-up throw has already grabbed you. But if it's about 6 frames, or 4 frames different, which is 9 frames, right, or 7 frames, from here to here, and then the throw itself, the likelihood is I'm going to get counter hit. Depending the further I am, and of course the timing, the button I use, right, the advantage I have. So basically the only application between 6 to 8 for timing of delay jabs would be something like to stop a shimmy. Let me get right off. See, so you take your turn back. Yeah. So let's say if I were to and then shimmy after, well, he would take his turn back. The timing you want to use to blow up a delay jab it's pretty simple, actually. A lot of people don't take this to training mode, so they don't actually know, but they're constantly getting delay jab to reset the neutral. My favorite thing to do is I will use advantage from about this range, so let's say a button, and then I will use a crush counter behind it. Based on basically the speed that they press their button, like how fast they press it, will usually determine how slow the normal I use is, or how fast it is, or whether or not it has priority. So if it's fast, I can't do a type frame trap if it's actually delay jab correctly. But what I can do is I can use something like this. So I can use a crush counter spaced at this range, which will beat the jab when I'm at advantage. So this is a 9 frame move with 3 frames, 3 plus frames. For example, if you have a strong crush counter, or let's even say reuse, let's say his crouch medium punch, you could use his crouch medium punch from this range and then stand heavy punch right after, which is 8 frames, which is about a 7 frame gap. And what happens, add the 4 frames of delay, that's 7 frames, but a fierce meeting there at the same time means that the crush counter will obviously take priority. And you can do the same thing with Cody's, with any other character. It's generally just a matter of frame data. And the more they delay, the more they are risking themselves getting thrown. And the same generally goes for delays like this up until about 6. And at this point in time, when they're delaying an extra 2 frames on top of the regular delay jab timing of like a strong player, which is about 4 frames, by this time, you would have to lower your advantage. So this is plus 3. This is 9 frames. So basically I have 3 frames of advantage on my side. That's more time on my side. So that delay is more likely to be blocked. So I could use less advantage, which is a safer move than just manually delay timing and opening up the possibility of error. So, and then honestly, as the delay goes on, you're lowering the need to actually do these delay frame traps. So we're going to do delay by 8, you see? But you may as well just throw them at this point. He's not giving you any reason to actually worry about the option. But yeah, usual timing, if you want to practice in training mode, is put a guard recovery, put about anywhere from Honestly, even possibly 3 frames, but usually 4 to about 6 frames. Anything beyond that point, you can generally throw from this range. If you know for sure they're delay jabbing and you can't walk up on them, you basically lower your advantage with your crush counter behind it. So you would lower your advantage 1 frame, boom. Now there's actually another couple ways to blow it up, let's say with a frame trap. And that is, so if you have a character like mine, you could do stuff like this. Or you could do things like this. This is really, really good at a range. Technically, you could do similar stuff with like Ryu. It's not really as good, you don't get as much damage. But you've probably seen it a number of times where you do like crouch strong, then low forward. And then I would really recommend creating delay frame traps with V-Trigger 2. Sorry, with your V-Trigger, not V-Trigger 2. Then you would just win. For Cody, what I have is something like this. Usually people are afraid of the walk up or the dash up command grab, so for any command grab characters this would really work. I usually hit a button, because after something plus, right, the opponent might do something like this and then dash in. Well, I will do something like this. It's generally really good for delay jab. Because the opponent would like to believe that they're reacting, but more often than not, they're actually just pressing. They're pressing as a prediction, right? Because what is the risk? If I'm +3 and they're afraid of throw, the likelihood is they're either going to block my immediate frame trap or they're going to get thrown. So big whoop. I can't command grab them at this range, so yeah. The most common scenario and the strongest point of delay jab actually isn't often in frame traps, I would say. It's more often than not, it is on wake up after throw. Unless you got Nakali's V-Trigger back throw, and then, well, it just doesn't matter at all. It's right here. Boom. I'm gonna walk up and throw him. Oh, but I can't. He's so far. If it's only delayed by 1 frame, doesn't really matter. I have 4 frames of advantage. He still gets hit. Unlike the frame traps I mentioned, where I'm at a range, I'm +3, I'm +1, I'm +2, I'm already +4. Basically, I can actually go off of the same approach before, but I have 1 more frame advantage than the stand light kick. So what can I do off the stand light kick? We already know I can do crouch fierce. So if the opponent is, let's say, if the opponent is immediate jabbing, we already know what to do. He gets blown up. He already gets blown up. Okay. Delay by 3 frames. +3, +4, right? It's the same thing. Same thing as when I had the stand light kick. And the fact that I'm at a range only helps me because the priority of the crouch fierce comes into play more based on the range. Alright. And then because of my +4, with the delay, they're more likely to block. These are the times where walk-ups are legit. Honestly, I think it's about 8 or 10 frames for the walk-up. Yeah, something like that. But usually anything before this walk-up timing is just totally autonomous. So anything about like 6 frames and down, 8 frames and down, totally autonomous. So Ryu would do something like this and then delay low forward, you get a free low forward. This is just for free damage on the delay jab. Cody, of course, I can do everything like I did basically on the frame trap. Stand light kick, right? I can do stand light kick EX-Zonk. I could also do something like this, really low risk. I thought Takedo actually practicing something like this. He was doing jab EX-Tatsu with Akuma because he was actually having such a hard time with delay jab. But generally, I like to play the priority game with delay jab. Yeah, this is a really great way to stop opponents from doing it. I recommend generally using your crush counters in ranges like this. Am I +4? I'm so smart. Oh, wow. Ryu, no. Ryu. Poor Ryu. Okay. Oh, wait. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, well, you got something. Okay. That blows up delay jab pretty nice. Dude, that's pretty dope. It's immediate? Oh, it's not immediate, so it's not an immediate jab. Boom. So generally your go-tos for delay jab as Ryu would be, well, I mean, you can't throw him after. I mean, I just exhibited this with Cody, so. Boom. Can't throw him. Okay. Oh, I can't fierce him either, right? Could technically just do back heavy. These are just for auto timings. They're really nice, honestly. I really think people should work on these. We do a slight walk back, crouch medium kick like I said before. So. Oh no, Ryu. This can do this. Yeah, that works too. More advantage. This slight walk back. This is probably more whip punishable though. Okay, so there is one last thing I wanted to show. And basically, if your opponent is going to delay jab, but you don't want to use the crush counter option that I was explaining, that I like to use, or you don't want to use the walk back and let your opponent out kind of thing, buffer, there is another option, and it blocks DP, and it could also blow up delay tech as well. Let's do a delayed timing of 4. Okay, and this is generally what I like to do. I would say a delay light is probably one of the best options you can do on the opponent's wake up, because you will block the reversal jab, you will block the EXDP, and you will blow up throw tech or the jab itself if you time it correctly. So this is what Cody gets. He gets one crouch jab, counter hit, stand fierce. Really, really good. There's probably people thinking while they watch this, why don't you use a medium? Well, the thing is, the medium puts me more at risk to get counter hit by the jab in the first place, because if I'm delaying a 6-frame normal, I'm more likely to get counter hit. And then guess what? If I time correctly to blow up their jab, the likelihood is I put myself at risk for EXTP. Let's hope can I get the reversal timing? I did it. So look, reversal timing. Let's go. So I'm doing the same thing. Doing the same thing. This is something to get really used to. Boom. Really good stuff. I love to do this personally, because when you show an opponent that you know you have their timing, they tend to like really panic or just totally fold and let you throw them over and over again. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the video.